A $200 per month raise for Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI and VA benefits, plus a $2,000 fourth stimulus check. This is what we want to discuss right here in this video, so let's get into it right away. But if you haven't done so yet, or if you're new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and I am here for you each and every day with all the latest updates as we're getting more information on any of these topics, as well as a variety of other topics that pertain to fixed income beneficiaries, as well as low income and even no income individuals. So again, thank you so much for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. Hit the subscribe button right down below the video, and I'll continue to be here for you with all the updates as they are happening every single day. All right, let's get into this right away. All right, so these two topics, a $200 per month raise for Social Security retirement, SSDI, survivors, SSI, and VA, along with a $2,000 fourth stimulus check, are two of the most commonly asked questions that I continue to see down in the comments section literally every single day, as well as many other people reaching out to me privately through other ways. And when I'm doing my regular everyday research, I continue to come across both of these topics popping up on a very regular basis. So I want to talk through both of these in this video because there's a lot of people wondering what is actually going on with these. Are they happening? When are they coming? All of these other details. So I want to lay it all out right here in this video. So let's quickly run through these topics one at a time here. Let's first start out with talking about this $200 per month raise for all of these millions of beneficiaries that we talked about just a second ago. Social Security, you know the whole list, right? All right, so let's quickly buzz through this. So back in early 2020, March of 2020, there was actually this introduction of this new bill, which would have sent out an extra $200 per month for millions and millions of beneficiaries receiving all these benefits that I just mentioned: Social Security retirement, SSDI, SSI, survivors, VA benefits. Now, it was put together by a handful of Democratic senators, and they introduced this and said, hey, you know, we're in a situation right now where all of these beneficiaries need a little bit of extra money right now. Let's issue a $200 per month raise for a specified period of time. At the time, they actually wanted to go through the end of the year. So it would have been a short-term little boost to benefits, $200 per month, and then it would have ended. That was the whole plan originally. Now, I continue to see a lot of comments and many people asking, when are we getting this $200 raise? In fact, when I do my research, I continue to see this as one of the most commonly asked questions on Google. When people go out to Google and search things, this is something that continues to pop up as a very frequently asked question and something that many people are still searching. So I want to lay it out for you really quickly here. So this was introduced, like I said, in early 2020, so quite a while ago, right? Based on this recording and when this was actually originally introduced, it was quite a while ago. When it comes to this $200 raise, ever since about 3 months after that introduction and when it was originally proposed and brought up, we haven't heard a whole lot about it, right? There has not been a whole lot of talk about it. It was a great idea at the time. They introduced it, they talked about it, and unfortunately, nothing ever came of it. They didn't add it into any stimulus packages. It was never a standalone bill. That was about it, and we never really heard a whole lot about it up until about maybe 3 months, maybe 4 months after they originally talked about it. That was about it. We didn't hear much about it after that, out of anybody from Congress anyway. Of course, there was still a lot of talk about it between many people in the community, but other than that, there was nothing substantial out of Congress. So therefore, when it comes to that proposal and then out until now, I'm going to say this much. Again, please don't be upset with me. I am just simply the messenger based on my research and everything that I'm finding. I'm going to say unless they reintroduce this as a new bill or a bill that should be added into, or what I should say is a provision added into one of the current bills that is on the table right now, I honestly don't see this happening. And the reason for that is it's been such a long time since we've actually seen anything about this that honestly, I just don't think it's going to happen anymore unless they reintroduce it as a new standalone provision within one of the current packages, or they bring it up as a new standalone bill, which could happen. They could still do that. Again, I don't want to be here to get anybody's hopes up and say, yes, for sure it's coming, because honestly, if you ask my honest opinion, I don't think it is. And the reason for that is we just haven't heard anything about it. If they were going to do it, they should have done it a year and a half ago when actually it was really bad. Of course, it's really bad now, but realistically, if they didn't do it then, the likelihood of them doing it now is well, who knows what, right? Again, things are just as bad now. In fact, almost even worse right now. And realistically, the case to send out that extra $200 per month right now would probably be a lot stronger these days, like right now, than it was back in early 2020. So again, this is just I'm just letting you know what I'm actually finding on this and what I actually think about this $200 per month raise. It could still be introduced, but honestly, I wouldn't get my hopes up on it. I'm just being totally honest with you. And again, I'm just the messenger when it comes to this information. So I'll continue watching, but I wouldn't be shocked if we never hear anything about it ever again out of anybody from Congress. Just saying, okay? So it would be really nice. Don't get me wrong. It would be great. It'd be super nice. It would help out a lot of people right now, but it's just kind of what I'm seeing on that. All right, let's quickly talk about this $2,000 fourth stimulus check. This is something else that I see continuing to pop up a lot down in the comments section. Literally every day, hundreds of comments, many people asking, when are we going to get it? Who's going to be included? How much is it going to be? When will it hit our bank accounts? We'll believe it when we see it. You know, I see all of these comments every single day. So let's talk about where we currently stand with stimulus check number 4 and what's actually going on with it. All right, so of course, I called it a $2,000 stimulus check because that's what we've seen a lot out there as well. However, as I've mentioned in a previous video, when it comes to a fourth stimulus check, if I had to put money on it and actually say, what is it going to be? Is it going to be $2,000, $1,400, $600? What's it actually going to be? My actual opinion on that would be $1,400. The reason for that is there's a couple different reasons. Number one, this is the amount of the last stimulus check that this administration sent out in March or April of 2021. So the administration right now is already somewhat comfortable with a $1,400 stimulus check. So that's why I'm thinking it would be $1,400. There's actually one more reason, and that is because of the Senior Citizens League, which, by the way, I've been trying to reach out to them and get in contact with them so that we can work together on pushing Congress to get this $1,400 stimulus check. But a $1,400 check is what the Senior Citizens League is also calling on Congress to issue for, again, about 69 million beneficiaries of all the benefits I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, SSI, all of these beneficiaries. So that's kind of why I'm leaning more toward a $1,400 number. Now, again, this is something that is also up in the air. However, if I had to determine which one of these two would actually be happening, a $200 per month raise for all of these beneficiaries or a fourth stimulus check, whether it's in the amount of $1,400 or $2,000, I would lean 100% on a fourth stimulus check. That's just what I would say. If I had to take sides and if I had to choose one or the other as far as which one I believe would actually happen, I think a fourth stimulus check in whatever amount, whether it's $1,400, $2,000, whatever amount they happen to decide. If I had to lean on any one of these to determine which one I actually think would happen, I would lean 100% onto a fourth stimulus check. That's just, again, my honest opinion based on everything I'm seeing. I think there's a much higher likelihood of a fourth stimulus check actually happening versus a $200 per month raise. And again, please don't be upset with me. I'm simply telling you what I'm finding and what I believe based on the research that I'm doing and what I think has the highest likelihood of actually happening. So, of course, I'll watch everything very closely, but it's all up in the air right now. One other thing we have to take into consideration, this stimulus package is on the table right now. Congress is still working on it. They have the books open on this thing. It is on the table. It's laid out. It's over 2,000 pages long, and it would not take that much effort on their part to add into it a provision for a fourth stimulus check, whether it's a widespread, like a big umbrella stimulus check where it reaches just as many people as it did last time, or maybe it's a highly focused fourth stimulus check that reaches maybe 50 million people or 40 million people that are the lowest income and fixed income beneficiaries. There's so many different ways that we could look at this, but it would not take them all that much effort to add it into the stimulus package. It would not cost that much money at the end of the day when we're talking about $2 trillion to add in another maybe $100 billion depending on how many people they send it out to. It would not be that hard to figure it out. It would not be that hard to write up the legislation and get it in there. So that's why the reasons why I'm leaning on way higher probabilities of a fourth stimulus check actually happening versus a $200 per month raise, even though it would all be really nice, right? It'd be nice if we could just get both. But I think that would be highly unlikely, just based on everything we're seeing. I think if it came down to it, it would be one or the other. And I would say by far, I think a stimulus check would be much higher likely. But who knows? Maybe I'll be wrong by all of it. I don't know. Maybe they'll do something else. Who knows? But at this point, it's all an open book. It's an open game for any of them to actually jump on. They could add all of it. They could add something. They could add nothing. That's the problem, is we do not know what they may do. But I wanted to lay this all out for you and just let you know that it is all still open right now. The stimulus package is open. Pretty much provisions are open. We've already known that there's been support from over 80 members of Congress who have actually supported a $2,000 stimulus check just a few months ago. It was not even that long ago where we had the members out of the House of Representatives, we had the senators, we had people out of the House Ways and Means Committee, all writing letters and sending them over to the president, calling on him to support a $2,000 stimulus check. Do you remember all that? And no, that is not in reference to the last stimulus check they were received. This was in reference to a completely separate stimulus check. So yeah, there's a lot of people out there who are still in support of this. It's just a matter of them actually writing up the legislation and adding it into the stimulus package. So as you can see here, there's still a lot that is up in the air right now. I wish we had better solid answers for all of this. But unfortunately, we don't have the answers quite yet, and even Congress, they may not even know what they want to do quite yet, especially with the current environment that we're in right now. They may want to be like, hey, let's just assess this a little bit more, or they may come back and say, the current environment right now is way worse than it was in early 2020. People are getting crushed right now with everything going on. Maybe we should issue an additional stimulus check to help revitalize the economy, help get everything pumped back up again, help people out with the necessary expenses, all of these things. So they could come out at any given point with any of these announcements. So I'll continue watching everything closely, but I want to come back and lay these two out, as these are by far the two most commonly asked questions I continue to see, not only down in the comments section, but also as I do my research. I see both of these coming up on a very regular basis. There's a lot of people wondering, when are we going to get additional relief? And I want to lay this out for you. And like I said, I'll say it one more time, if I had to put my money on anything, if I had to bet on any of these actually happening, I would bet 100% on a fourth stimulus check over a $200 raise, just simply because of the current environment that we're in right now and the easeability of them actually adding it into a stimulus package. Wouldn't be that hard for them to do. So I hope this helps you out. For those of you that have been asking the questions down below, again, I hope this lays it out for you a little bit more clearly. So make sure to hit the subscribe button right down below the video. It's totally free to do so. And I'll continue to be here for you each and every day with all the latest updates as they are being released and as we're getting more information on anything that Congress is talking about, considering, that they're proposing, amending, anything like that. I'm right here for you with all those updates. So again, thanks for joining me. I really do appreciate it. Subscribe right down below the video. There's a button down there. Make sure to hit that if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, and social media, and go back and check out any of the other nearly 2,000 videos right here on the channel. Enjoy your day, and I'll catch you again a little bit later. I hope this helps.